I think that I, along with a major part of the community, shared the same idea that the item forge was supposed to be the be-all end-all solution to RNG, looking at the gargantuan amount of dungeons you found for one item, laughing, and then proceeding to completely bend you over. And since its inclusion, I'd say it's been mostly true, but as time goes on, I think that it's straying from its original purpose of mitigating RNG. On January 13th, Deca released a statement in their blog post stating that essentially they plan on adding new high-end items to the item forge and are trying to gather data to balance the values of materials, and that it would happen in a future update. In the update where Deca reworked the rune system, really nice update by the way, that shit was fucking beautiful, man. Event and Oryx 3 whites had their costs bumped up from 135, 120, 45 to 180, 160, 60. Basically meaning that they cost 4 legendary UTs instead of 3, and the dismantle costs remained the same, which to me makes literally no sense. From what I've seen, I could probably assume that fungal whites are a driving factor of why this happened, but to be honest, this is a pretty poor workaround. If Deca 100% wanted to reduce the amount of O3 and event whites being crafted from fungals, they could have just reduced the values of them instead of literally just shafting every single other legendary tier UT in terms of material value. And for me personally, this is where the issue began. As I said earlier, I can somewhat understand why they did this, but I do not agree with the method taken. The only people I've seen complaining about the previous state of the item forge are those who are at the top of the spectrum when it comes to account value and grind hundreds of endgame dungeons per week. I'm talking 20 plus 8/8s, divine pets, hundreds of stocked up endgame UTs, you get the general idea. As I said earlier, this entire system was put in place so that those who are burned by RNG or actually like to go outside and touch grass or maybe even run, I mean I say this but I basically do the same, actually have a chance to use a UT they've been wanting for a while. And by upping these UT costs, all Deca is doing is increasing the RNG factor that the forge was supposed to mitigate in the first place. Now surely I thought, hopefully they don't make any negative changes to forging legendary UTs so it doesn't become a stupidly long process, because I mean that was the point of the forge, to stop getting UTs a stupidly long process. Clearly I am horrible at thinking. On the 31st of January, I see a Reddit post named "More item forge changes on public testing." For fuck's sakes. Keep in mind everything here is subject to change, and I truly hope that it does. This time all Sanctuary mini boss UTs, Shatters UTs, except for Gem, because I mean this Gem. Void UTs minus Omni, which is kind of weird, and MBC UTs got their crafting requirements increased to be the same as O3/event whites at 180, 160, 60. For some reason the fungal spell, fungal trap, and the cloak of bloody surprises also had their costs increased. Also just want to say I am very glad that the forge is in the game. Of course this is better than having literally no system at all, but damn. The other massive problem with the forge are the blueprints. Yet again, it adds more of an RNG factor. Oh, you want to forge a tablet? Go grind avatars, get the item rarer than the white bag itself. Oh wait, you only have 3 sanctuary whites? Nah, you need to get 1 more. Fuck, you think this is a game? No, this is a job. I also don't understand why we are being drip fed blueprints instead of releasing them all at once. All it does is stop players from being able to forge the UTs they want, and they can't even grind event bosses or dungeons because they are literally not out yet. Like, what conversation happened at Deca HQ for this to happen in the first place? Hey yo, these players are having too much fun using UTs they forged. We're getting too much positive feedback. What can we do to prevent this? Let's increase forge costs while keeping dismantle materials the same. I am sure that they'll hate that. Jimmy, you beautiful man, you deserve a fucking raise. My suggestion is that instead of making blueprints even more RNG oriented, why not make them unlock based on the number of dungeon or boss completes? The amount needed could scale based on the difficulty of the boss and usefulness of the item. For example, if you've killed 50 Dharmas and have the superior Genesis and Cranium blueprints unlocked, it would unlock the Diplo Road blueprint. Or if you've killed 100 Oryx 3s and have no Divinity blueprint, you unlock that, and if you have no Escutcheon blueprint after another 100 runs, you get that, so on and so forth. I've said pretty much everything I want to. Chances are extremely low, but hopefully someone from Deca sees this and keeps the forge somewhat the same, but who knows. happiness. That's all from me. If you've made it this far, a like and or a subscription would be much appreciated. And make sure to enjoy the rest of your day.